Earth is our home. It's our planet where we live. We always think about Earth as the planet that supports life, on which life thrives. But do you know that on Earth there have been incidences where almost life was wiped out? Yes, you heard it right. These events are called as extinction level events, and in each extinction level event, 80% to 90% of all species vanished. This is a horrible history of life on Earth. The Earth has experienced five major extinction level events that wiped out vast number of species and transformed the planet's ecosystems. Each of these events reshaped life, creating opportunities for new species to evolve while forcing the old ones into oblivion. Let's take a journey through these big five extinction level events and the fascinating factors behind them. The first one was the Ordovician Silurian extinction about 444 million years ago. This event marks the first major mass extinction in Earth's history, wiping out 85% of all species. Life was still primarily confined to the seas, and marine invertebrates like trilobites, brachiopods, and corals were the dominant forms of life. A sudden, severe ice age is believed to be the main driver or the main cause of this extinction level event. The event might have been triggered by the movement of the supercontinent Gondwana towards the South Pole. This shift dramatically cooled the climate, dropping sea levels as ice caps formed, which reduced shallow marine habitats and disrupted marine ecosystems. The cooling phase led to a rebound in temperature, causing flooding as the ice caps melted. This double blow decimated species, leaving behind only the hardiest life forms to survive in a changed world. This has happened approximately 45 crore years ago on Earth. The next one was the late Devonian extinction, which happened approximately 375 million years ago. The Devonian extinction, often called as the Age of Fishes, saw the demise of 75% of species, hitting marine life hardest once again. Reef building organisms, essential to ocean ecosystems, suffered greatly, and entire marine ecosystems collapsed. What are the cause of this? Multiple factors contributed to this drawn out extinction, which spanned millions of years. A key culprit was the evolution of land plants, which began to spread during the Devonian period. Plants helped Plants helped to weather rocks on land, increasing nutrient runoff into oceans. This led to algae blooms that sucked up oxygen, creating dead zones in the seas. Other theories point to volcanic activity and possibly even a distant supernova explosion causing climate disruptions. What was the aftermath of this? The aftermath was that the seas became nearly inhospitable and ecosystems were fragmented. However, it also paved the way for more complex ecosystems and provided new evolutionary pathways for surviving species. This has happened with every extinction event. The existing 80 to 90% species were wiped out, but the remaining species again continued their journey of life. They again continued evolution and evolved into more complex species. So existing life was disrupted or destroyed, but new life always thrived. The next one was the Permian Triassic Extinction about 252 million years ago, which was also called as the Great Dying. The Permian extinction was by far the most catastrophic, wiping out over 95% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrates. This event earned the nickname the Great Dying due to the sheer scale of devastation caused. What was the cause of this? The cause was massive volcanic eruptions in Siberia. These eruptions released enormous amounts of CO2, triggering a greenhouse effect that raised global temperatures. Methane, a potent greenhouse gas, was likely released from the seafloor, amplifying the warming. Oceans acidified and became anoxic, meaning that oxygen was depleted, killing off marine life. The Earth's ecosystems were almost entirely reset. Nearly all the species vanished, leading to an evolutionary bottleneck that reshaped life on land and on sea. Dinosaurs and other archosaurs later emerged as dominant groups in this transformed world. you can see the extent of the devastation caused by this particular extinction level event. The next was the Triassic Jurassic Extinction about 20 crore years ago. In this, about 76% of all the species were lost. It cleared the way for the age of dinosaurs by wiping out large competitors such as early archosaur reptiles and various other land and marine creatures. This extinction coincides with the rifting of Pangaea, the supercontinent, as it began to split into various separate land masses. Massive volcanic eruptions from the Central Atlantic magmatic province release CO2, leading to a rapid greenhouse effect. These volcanic activities likely acidified the oceans and disrupted the climate, contributing to species loss. With competitors gone, dinosaurs seized their moment. This led to the rise of Mesozoic era, which would later be known as the Age of Dinosaurs. The Age of Dinosaurs began after this. Dinosaurs existed on the Earth for almost 16 crore years, but they were wiped out by the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction. It is also known as the Chicxulub event, which happened 66 million years ago or 6.5 crore years ago. This is perhaps the most famous extinction event because it ended the reign of dinosaurs, along with 75% of Earth species. It cleared the way for mammals to rise as the dominant land animals, and mammals ultimately led to humans. So, if we are here on this planet, it is because of this particular extinction level event. What was the cause of this? A 6-mile wide asteroid about the size of Mount Everest struck the Yucatan Peninsula near Mexico, creating the Chicxulub crater. The impact unleashed an unimaginable amount of energy, triggering wildfires, tsunamis, and sending tons of debris into the atmosphere. This debris blocked the sunlight, causing a nuclear winter effect that dramatically cooled the climate because sunlight could not reach the earth for 10 years. Plants died, herbivores had no food, and carnivores followed suit. When the dust settled, the earth was a dramatically different place. Mammals, which had been small and inconspicuous during the dinosaur era, evolved to fill the newly vacant ecological niches. This event set the stage for the rise of primates and eventually humans. Each extinction event pushed life to its limits, proving that Earth's biosphere can undergo almost unimaginable changes. Out of each catastrophe, new forms of life emerged, more resilient and adapted to the altered world. In a way, the story of life on Earth is a saga of survival and adaptation, of thriving and extinction, as species rise, fall, and transform across the eons. Thank you so much for listening.